What's up, YouTube? This is Mathers97, and welcome to the Night of Champions pay-per-view event, WWE 2K15, my career mode for Jett Storm, and tonight is episode number 33, the first ever Night of Champions pay-per-view here in the series. Jett Storm will be going one-on-one with Fandango. I know, I left you in anticipation at the end of the last episode. I left the decision up in suspense. It was up in the air. And tonight, well, I mean, I'm sure as you saw by the title of this video, it was made pretty obvious what my decision was. I know at the end of the last episode, I kind of left it as a bit of a cliffhanger. I know I was kind of considering the tag team option, but I decided, you know, I mean, tag team mechanics in this game aren't all that great. So I figured it would be, I don't know, it ultimately came down to a decision of, should I showcase a better match, or should I showcase, you know, possibly better, like, talent overall, because it would kind of incorporate both sides of the feud. But I've beaten Darren Young how many times now, so I don't think we really need to see Darren Young get his, you know, we don't need to see Darren Young get the crap beat out of him on a pay-per-view, though. I think SmackDown is just fine for that. But tonight, Fandango, on the other hand, you know, Fandango's got the upper hand on Jett Storm. I mean, Fandango has defeated Jett Storm in the 3 times that they faced off. Fandango won 2 of those matches, and, you know, especially most recently, where Darren Young had attacked Jett Storm before the match could even begin. So Jett Storm, you know, the rubber match that was supposed to be, it ended up getting sabotaged. So tonight, Jett Storm looks to right that wrong and deliver a beating of his own to Fandango here tonight. But of course, Fandango accompanied to the ring by the lovely Summer Rae. And I gotta say, I miss this entrance. Fandango always had such a killer entrance. It was just the bee's knees. I mean, it was just amazing. I mean, I'm gonna miss this next year in the game when they probably take it out to give him his whole new look persona, which is the same gimmick basically, just a new look on it. I don't know. But this entrance was always great. I mean, he's got the whole entrance stage, and then he's got the pyro at the end, which, I mean, I know the 2 entrances were separate. They never really were one single entrance, I don't think, at any point in the WWE, but he did have the pyro at one point, and he did have the whole stage entrance, which I thought was really cool. You know, I know Fandango, the whole dancer gimmick really is just that. It's a gimmick. He's just a dancer, but I mean, he had some hype at the time when, I think back in the summer of 2013, he was doing pretty good for himself, but then, you know, he got injured, was unable to capture the Intercontinental Championship that was probably waiting for him. But in the end, you know, Curtis Axel got that spot instead. But either way, WWE dropped the ball creatively with both of those superstars. I mean, you know, even if you have somebody with as bad of a gimmick as Fandango, I mean, it is a bit, Fandango's responsible for it as well, that he, you know, people have gimmicks. I mean, in wrestling, there are gimmicks and there are characters, and I think, in my opinion, I think it is the superstar's job, as well as creatives. Well, no, it's the superstar's job to turn that gimmick into a character. I mean, The Undertaker, for example, probably the biggest example I can think of. The Undertaker, he was a gimmick, but he managed to turn that gimmick into a character. And true, he may have, you know, redefined his persona. You had, like, the American Badass. You had the Ministry of Darkness, which, you know, he was able to reinvent, you know, he was able to reinvent himself with several gimmicks, but still, the character that was The Undertaker never changed. And that's what made Undertaker such a big success. Another example, you know, not quite as well defined as The Undertaker, but John Cena, I would have to say, is another good example of a gimmick turned into a character, because, I mean, the Doctor of Thugonomics, while it may have been, you know, Cena, that was more of, like, his real life, sort of who he is, it still was a gimmick, but he managed to turn that into a character, And we see where it's gotten him today. He hasn't quite been able to evolve like The Undertaker has. He hasn't really changed his look. I mean, he's gotten plenty of new t-shirts, but that's not exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, you know, you got to change up your character a little bit. Even if it means changing a gimmick. But still, John Cena, he was able to cross that line between gimmick and character and turn himself into a success. And I mean, there are other superstars out there who've done the same thing, I'm sure. But really, those are the main two that kind of stick in my head. But right now, I mean, Fandango, Curtis Axel, they both, you know, I mean, Curtis Axel, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Curtis Axel just kind of got, he was just kind of thrown out to, I don't know, he was just kind of thrown into a sea of sharks, really, with the way he was booked. But with Fandango, I think, you know, even despite the injury, you know, it was kind of up to him to turn that gimmick into a character, and I felt like he could have succeeded. I don't know, I wouldn't say he would have succeeded to an Undertaker John Cena level, but I think Fandango could have made a pretty good mid-carder, you know, potential challenger for the Intercontinental Championship. But unfortunately, things just didn't quite work out that way. But here in my career mode, Fandango, you know, we've seen that he's managed to, I mean, Fandango, he's just such a boss. I mean, he was such a boss in his original run. And even afterwards, he was doing pretty well for himself. I personally, well, I haven't been watching Raw lately. It just hasn't been enough to hold my interest. I did watch Fastlane, although that didn't really hold my interest either. I'm not going to say it was a bad pay-per-view. It was just, I wasn't paying much attention to it. But, you know, I think, I don't know, Fandango, he could, you know, he could always succeed potentially in the future, but I don't know. I thought the character that he had going, when he had the momentum on his side, I thought it would have been cool to see him kind of succeed. And, you know, I understand that not every superstar in the company can be a main eventer. You got to have a strong mid-card division, a strong tag team division. That's where the Attitude Era succeeded, because it had top to bottom a good, you know, a stellar card. And that's kind of where WWE is at the moment. They don't really have much of the card anywhere. But look at Fandango here. Oh my goodness. Fandango, he's going to go for the DDT on the apron. Oh my goodness. Jett Storm could be out of this matchup. Fandango, off that DDT. I mean, it's going to be, I don't even know if Jett Storm can respond from that. I don't know if he's going to be able to recover. Fandango now delivered a suplex out onto the floor. And now he's looking to get Jett Storm back into the ring. He's looking to finish what he started here. Fandango, if he gets the win here, I would say this rivalry between Storm and Fandango will be done for good. I mean, either way, I'm sure this is going to be the last match in their saga of matches they've had against each other. Storm was going for something big there, maybe perhaps the cutter, but Fandango was able to counter it. And now look at this, back and forth, counter after counter between these two talented young superstars. And now it's Storm who counters a big maneuver by Fandango. And again, Fandango, another counter. And Storm, once again, elbows to the side of the head. Neither superstar can really gain a clear advantage. But Jett Storm delivers a nice backstabber there. And now, Jett Storm has the momentum on his side. He's finally gained the upper hand over Fandango here. But yeah, this will probably be the last big matchup for these two superstars. So they got to go big or go home to try to win it all here. And Fandango pitched to the outside. Look at Jett Storm. Jett Storm, oh, are we going to see it? Jett Storm, he's running off the ropes, going to look for a suicide dive to the outside. Sacrificing life and limb, putting his body on the line to try to take Fandango out here. And he's done just that. Fandango slammed up against that barricade. And Jett Storm has turned the tides in this match right now. And Storm firing up the crowd here. As always, this is vintage Jett Storm right now. He's got Fandango right where he wants him. But Fandango, still with a bit of fight left in him, able to counter. And now he's going to try to, no, instead tosses Storm into the steel steps. At first I thought he was going to try to get Storm back in the ring. But instead, Fandango tossing Storm into those steel steps. Storm's body colliding with the steel. And of course the stairs just didn't even budge. So Jett Storm going to take the full brunt of that attack. And now Storm, after that shot to the face, climbs to the top rope. But no, Fandango is able to get out of the way. And now Fandango just showing his aggressiveness once again here with those punches to the face. But now it's Storm who counters whatever Fandango was going for there. And now look at this. Oh, Fandango with a counter. Using Storm's momentum against him there with that flapjack. And he's going to go for the cover. Storm could be out of it, but he kicks out at one. Showing no signs of weakness here. And now it's Storm was going for something, but Fandango caught him with that kick to the gut. But now it's Storm who delivers a counter of his own. And Storm is close here. I mean, this is... Neither superstar can afford to give an inch at this point. Otherwise, they very well may lose the matchup. And now, Storm with a nice snapmare. And right now, he's got Fandango off balance. Jett Storm, he needs to capitalize right now. As he's just kind of measuring Fandango here, waiting for the man to get back to his feet. And look at this. Oh, the DDT. That beautiful DDT by Jett Storm. One of Storm's signature maneuvers. But look at this. Fandango caught the leg. He caught the kick at Jett Storm. And now look at Fandango. Fandango's got the Boston Crab center of the ring here. And he's got it locked in. Did Storm just tap out the... Ref, what do you... Okay, I thought it looked like Jett Storm tapped out, but the referee obviously didn't see it. Fandango now, he's got to be a bit confused right now as he just missed that wheel kick. But Jett Storm, he's going to take the opportunity he's been given. Delivers a kick to the gut of Fandango, and now Jett Storm out! The somersault cutter planting Fandango face first into the mat. And Jett Storm, if he just covers Fandango, he's going to win this matchup. It doesn't look like he's done. Jett Storm, what more can he possibly do? Oh, no. Jett Storm looking with an exclamation point to finish this matchup off. As now he hits that fireman's carry into the eye of the storm. And that should put Fandango out here. Just adding insult to injury. Jett Storm gets the win here tonight over his rival Fandango. And for an end to their saga, I would say this matchup definitely delivered to kick off the Night of Champions pay-per-view. A night where new champions are crowned, and well, Jett Storm could very well be on the path to winning championship gold, especially after that victory here tonight. As we can see early on in the matchup, well, actually about the midway point, I guess, Fandango with that huge DDT on the apron. That was a big game changer here at that stage in the matchup. But Jett Storm firing back with a moment of his own as he tossed Fandango to the floor, fired himself up and the crowd along with him, and then dove to the outside to take Fandango out of the equation. But then, as if that wasn't enough, it would come down to back-to-back finishers. First the Storm out, and then the Eye of the Storm to put Fandango away here. That is an emphatic statement by Jett Storm to the rest of the locker room here tonight. And why do all these rivalries have to be so open-ended? Can't we get a conclusion, a definitive conclusion to one of these rivalries? I mean, whenever you win, you get some sort of tweet like this. Fandango tweets back. The Shield tweets back. What? Why can't there just be a definitive conclusion? But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. Keep on YouTubing.